And we're live.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
welcome.
Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
All right. So we are here live. This is the first of our Creator Stories Live specials. This is something that we started with Alluhwi Comics a little while ago, and it was usually on IG. But we've got a bit more people here. We've got let me see, we've got the giveaway to do after this episode. So that's why we shifted to this format, to YouTube. And yeah, Instagram has not yet, given me access to their live producer bit, which would make some of this a bit easier. So here we are. Right. So today we have Keturahcat, who is the All Comic brand ambassador, the guest host for this. I'm gonna just shut up shortly and answer questions, I guess. Um, so over to you, Katura.
Hi, yes, hi everyone. So welcome everyone to the show, and I hope you will find it informative as well as enjoyable. We have here our one of our featured guests, Cameron. Say hi, Cameron.
hey everybody, what's up?
Yes. He's one of the teams who would have done char against humanity. Very interesting works indeed. Um, so tell me, Cameron,
Mhm.
how was it on this project? Did you enjoy it? What was the inspiration behind the project?
The inspiration behind the project, I think, was our friend Char, and also being stuck at home during COVID and not having much to do. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but this happened around the same time of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, right? I think my memory is a
Um,
bit sketchy.
I feel
We
like
kind of
I
started talking about it before we actually before
yeah,
that happened.
before the whole Ukraine what's it? Yeah, bit
And
before that.
then we were like, well, definitely got to rate it now. And
Yeah.
that is
So
that was the general progression of it. It was being stuck in lockdown and letting all of our crazy machinations run wild and being inspired by ourselves and like making caricatures of ourselves. That's basically how it started.
Okay, being inspired by ourselves and putting somebody in a sex doll. Hmm,
That was totally
interesting.
uh,
Mark's idea. That
Interesting.
was totally
I
Mark's idea.
I am pretty sure. I am pretty sure that you guys are co-creators, so it can't be like my idea totally, right? Can't be my
You know,
idea.
like how you got friends and your friends would do something and you would not be totally on board with it, but it's not harming anyone. So just like, all right, cool, dude. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And that was how it was like. It was like that's an interesting choice. Go ahead, Mark. Let's see what happens. This is PG or this is like, because this is rated R.
Char
It was
Char
very
is
like,
Char is not like rated R. No, I mean that would be like a whole bunch of people not being able to read it. Allegedly, yeah. But no, seriously. It's like so the book is the story is set in like an alternate Barbados, alternate world Caribbean thing, and figuring out. I'm trying to think it through. If you had to do X, what
what
what's possible?
happens.
Um, I wish Natalie was here for this because Natalie went really deep down the rabbit hole in terms of like doing research on sex dolls. So
Yeah, she got
unfortunately
really
she's
deep.
not here, so I'm not gonna throw her under the bus. But But yeah, it's like trying to figure out like what a character could do given like their limitations, or given the environment
She's
they're in, or given like the tech that's available. So the world is a bit more advanced than what we have. But for C.H.A.R.'s creator, Dr. Burgadone, he wanted to use stuff that's available instead of like building from scratch. Too many people when they're creating stuff like figure, oh, I want to recreate the wheel or whatever, and he would just like, all right, they got wheels here, let me just use them, so to speak. Yeah, that's the idea. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
That's your excuse, so you're sticking to it. Okay, well,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all not shaming me? No, I refuse.
Well, there's no shaming, If the story has to be creative, you gotta take a risk, and sometimes the risks pay off.
I agree with you.
I'm sure that she will find herself in questionable situations based on the circumstances she found herself in. To make it curious. Um, as a colorist, on this project, Cameron, what would have inspired you to when you created the scenes in Charred?
Um, that's a very good question. Um, so because it is because it's Caribbean based, I wanted to use a lot of vibrant colors. So you would see that in the cover page, which is the only like real finished pristine piece of art that I have completed at this point. But I wanted to use like vibrant colors to give that feel of the Caribbean, like this very warm tropical feel. And I also wanted to contrast that with some of the other places that you're going to see in the settings of the comic. So you're going to see her at a trial at the UN. So you're going to have different types of colors for that. You're going to see them in Eastern Europe where it starts out. You're going to have probably more darker, pale colors for that based on the scene that you're setting. So I want to use colors to help tell the story. That's what I'm trying to do with this piece of work, this project. I'm trying to push myself to limit to use colors to help tell the story, help create the environment that you're seeing.
Yeah, yeah. So you're truly using the colors to set the vibe, so that persons
Yeah,
can get an idea of, or have a feeling of what is happening. Because from the cover, I can see our Barbadian sunset, and the colors, the greens, the blues, and the orange is really playing a warm tone, and as we go on, you can tell that the tones are changed. But tell me about this large red thing here. It looks like a mecca in the middle of Bridgetown, look like down Broad Street near C.H.A.R. What are you doing there shopping?
that is more precisely that is a mecca in the Carinage.
In the Carinage?
That's the Carinage right next to the swing bridge, if I am correct.
Oh,
Yeah, Natalie did a really good job in recreating that Photoshop. So that's in the
nice, nice.
that's the Carinage, yeah. That is from a character that you're not going to see in the first issue of Sheriff, I believe. That is the mech or the suit of a anthropomorphic cat that Mark decided to call Cam. I don't know if there's supposed to be any relation. He's supposed to be like a he's supposed is a waifu. I can't remember the term.
Oh,
Is what is the term, Mark? Is it the correct term?
Um,
He's very into like he's like the
Nahli Otaku, I think that's it.
is otaku. Yes,
Really, yeah.
he's like an otaku, but instead of Japanese culture, it is just general Earth culture that he is an otaku for. So he based on what based on what we discussed, so back in the 40s and stuff, when Earth sent out signals to, broadcasting them into space and stuff, there's a race apparently of anthropomorphic cats that would have picked them up. And this character would be like one of the biggest fans of our culture. So he decided to come to Earth to pay a visit. So it'd be like
He's a
F you or
tourist.
me. He's a tourist.
Yeah.
It's like if me and you ended up in like Tokyo, Japan, or Kyoto during like one of their big anime festivals or comic cons or something like that. That is essentially what's going on there.
Reverse tourism, I see. I like it. I like it.
So yeah, so one of the things about writing that's like kind of fun and interesting is like doing the research, figuring out like influences and ways to kind of ground your story in stuff that you know. Um, so around the same time, I'm a big sci-fi fan. One of the things I wanted personally to achieve with this story is to tell a story that was more ridiculous than anything I would have written previously. I would have written a couple of graphic novels. I would have written scripts for like web series and that kind of stuff. And it was all usually quite grounded, usually like drama, suspense type stuff. And as much as I like sci-fi, I haven't written before this anything sci-fi. So that was part of the influence for me. And yeah, so looking into like the actual real world science, there's this theory of um, kind of a theory as to why we haven't like met aliens yet. Called I think it's called the dark forest theory, where basically like civilizations are like a hunter in a dark forest. So most will try to use the darkness to their advantage. But Earth, in real world terms, we are very loud and very bright in terms of these signals that the planet throws off and stuff. So that was part of it. Like, okay, this other world full of these like humanoid cats, and they've been watching like Earth TV and Earth culture and that kind of stuff for decades. And this is the first of their people to come to Earth, and he's like freaking out. He's like an anime fan in Tokyo for like period, freaking out. He's so excited. And but the humor comes because he is in like this giant mech suit. So imagine a giant anime fan in Tokyo. People will be running around screaming Godzilla, right? So that's kind of like the thinking behind it.
Cool, cool. I have a question though. Char, she's going on this journey where she has to do certain tasks. What kind of tasks does she have to do in this novel, this installment?
So
You are
Char, yeah, I'll take us out. So Char is on probation essentially. Um, so she goes from being AI like to doing being pulled into something that gets her into a lot of trouble, and as a result, she is hit with probation. She's got to, and so instead of you can't like put an AI in prison, that'd be weird. So they
Unproductive as
figured, all right,
well.
was that
Unproductive as well. It's only a matter of time when she get out. Just
unproductive?
go
So
be
they
outside
figured
and
like
do
I mean,
something.
I mean, you could put it on the floppy disk, right?
What?
a, f-
On a floppy disk.
a like
A
a,
floppy
a
disk.
floppy like
A
cam
floppy.
like
External hard drive. You know what I mean?
Oh, we now
An
we know
external hard drive.
sol-
something.
solid state
Oh,
drive. Yeah,
Solid
that
state external drive.
put her on an
wouldn't that be
external
like
hard
cruel?
drive or a standalone computer or something, but then it's when it matter of time before,
Would
sometimes.
that be like cruel? I feel like that would be
That'd be
like
cool.
locking a human
It,
It's
person.
prison.
would it be like solitary confinement?
Yes, it's prison.
Yeah,
solitary confinement.
that's cool. I mean, there are supposedly laws about that, but yeah. So like they figure like to kind of like I want to say like confine her to like, limit her. She was forced to have an actual body, and on top of that, she's like stuck living with her creator, Dr. Burgerdown in Barbados. So she goes from being in control of because she starts out as like the command and control AI for this fictional European country, and she goes from being able to control like tanks and jets and that kind of stuff and drones and stuff to having a head, two arms, two legs, and having to get a job. And so she's limited because of who she is, because she's an android. Like this, yeah, she's an android. Um, she is prohibited from like having jobs to do like tech or anything like that. So she can't even like work into like she work in like a cell phone store or like a ISP, anything where she would be able to
To go Skype.
actually contribute.
So, what kind of jobs would you be taking? Like a farm job or something? What you're trying to say? Like a waiter? Even waiters use technology.
Like
So,
like some real like basic dead end like retail jobs.
oh, like packing
Uh,
shelves? You know what I mean? Like,
like
be Pacific!
but I don't want to be like specific because it's kind of like a running gag almost. Um,
Yes. I would imagine that she would have, like, for me personally, I would imagine that she would be selling newspapers at one point. Like, she would be selling newspapers on the
You
road at
mean
one
like
point.
actual newspapers? Like
yeah,
Yeah,
like actual physical newspapers. Yeah,
like the Nation and the Advocate, that sort of thing.
losing
Like,
her mind? Minding people business? Because that's the only thing
I
you be
could,
doing. Distracting
I
yourself.
could see that happening.
yeah. So
I
it's
could
it.
legit see that happening.
So you're gonna see. I mean, there's more to the story than that, but that's going to be like a kind of like a reoccurring thread. Um, and the end point for the story, because it's like this is just the first issue of a limited series, a 3 issue series. So there'll be other things that Cher has to like go through and experience, but a big part of it is trying to figure out her place in the world. And I think that that's something a lot of people would kind of share with the character, kind of figuring out what's your purpose. What are you here for? What are you here to do? As well as trying to kind of like push past any limitations of where you are. Like honestly, the story when we started the story like during COVID, we didn't have any idea what was going to happen, um, and we wanted to tell something that wasn't as like heavy as the world seemed at that point. So it started to be like light and fun and like ridiculous. Um, Charlene, who I started to call like Char IRL, um, she she was real helpful in terms of like pointing out like the humor and the ridiculousness in like situations. Um, and then trying to add that to the stuff in the story. But beyond Char, it's like we're looking at it, it's like so, and this is like before Chat GPT, right? We were working on this before Chat GPT and all these like AI like that sprung up. So we were like, so if an actual Android, somebody actually made an Android in the world, and like not anybody like connected like a big company like a Google or whatever, like somebody in their backyard with like
Me like
a
Patsy?
reconditioned, pardon,
Me like Patsy?
Patsy, sure, sure.
This is an inside joke.
I
Yes!
Okay, okay.
You don't know Patsy?
I,
Pretty Barbadian AI that they let you connect.
oh,
Yeah,
Mind your business. Because
Oh,
that's the only reason we don't name it Patsy.
Patsy. It could be Pearly, but
Yes,
that
Patsy and Pearly. It was like, this is not a good name. Not a good name.
it's a very local
No.
name.
Mm-mm.
It's
Horrible.
a yeah.
Horrible.
I
But yeah,
mean,
so like with
they
the
could have
story,
called
we're
it.
gonna have aliens and ninjas because we have this character who is like kind of like
Right.
a I want to say an evil like tech billionaire.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So he's gonna be
we
seeing like
have
the
the
consumer
C.H.A.R.
potential of C.H.A.R. And he's gonna want to acquire C.H.A.R. Like Cam the cat in the story is an alien, and he's gonna keep like coming back to like, visit. Like he's fully made Earth, and like all this Earth culture he's been watching growing up. He's having a grand time, and there'll be lots of shenanigans because of that. Um,
So what's the bridge between Chard and Cat and the billionaire? How does the story interconnect?
so how can we explain this Cam without like all spoilers?
So for me, okay, so originally, I guess it's kind of a spoiler. So Char was developed for purpose, and as Mark said, it was command and control for the military. So it is AI. It has the potential to control or command, coordinate, and control it. Let me say the entire United States military in like coordinated attacks. That's what my understanding of Char is. And Mark could correct me, but that is what my understanding is. But it wasn't developed by the states; it was developed by another country,
Yeah,
um,
a tiny country.
a tiny country. So there's a lot of like geopolitical commentary on that in that whole synopsis, and then you have her being, as we said, she's being put on
Mm-hmm.
trial for crimes she committed or whatever. She's been proven guilty of these crimes, and to protect the world, you put her in a small package where she can do no harm, but she still
She got
has
Or
the.
less
access,
Say that
as
again,
as
sorry.
far she
internet
so she
access.
has another character in the story is like this anti she's a agent. So in the story we have this fictional United Nations task force um that the entire focus is like advanced tech. So the lead agent for that goes by Agent TBD. That's her code name. She really doesn't like AI, and she ends up being C.H.A.R.'s probation officer. So she's the one who's responsible to make sure that like I can't get online. They don't want her like uploading herself to the internet. Um, you know, she's the one that has to sign off on like the work or the jobs C.H.A.R. can do. To kind of limit her capacity to like be a threat. So that's
So
part of it.
she's Char's babysitter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Um,
That's a polite way of looking at it.
yeah, politely, but they don't like each other,
So her
and
probation
the
officer,
yeah, like
jailer,
a probation officer. Um,
guard.
what else? So the rich guy, the kind of like greedy CEO type character. Um, you'll see him in like book two, but he wants to monetize C.H.A.R. and monetize the technology behind C.H.A.R. So like he's seeing C.H.A.R. as like an Alexa or
Siri.
like a Siri, but with arms and legs. So he's just seeing like dollar signs. So he wants to kind of like get C.H.A.R. and he'll be using like a bunch of different ways to do it. Like the above board stuff. He'll also be like sending in like corporate ninjas. Because like when you look into a lot of these like big companies, these billion-dollar companies, like corporate espionage is actually a thing. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are apparently in this big beef. Because Elon Musk accused Mark Zuckerberg recently of building Threads, there's the Instagram or Meta Facebook alternative, using Twitter secrets and Twitter expertise and that kind of stuff. So yeah, like just like pulling from real world stuff and trying to use it in like a narrative and hopefully funny way. Yeah.
Which I find hilarious because this is a comment on the whole the Twitter threads thing. You got rid of the employees, and then Mark hired them. So like, how are you? Why are you angry now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So hopefully not too many spoilers. Hopefully. Yeah, but the idea is using being influenced by like real world stuff. We're trying to do it in like a real fun, entertaining package. It's not about an agenda or anything like that. We just want to tell a fun story, and a ridiculous story, something that people will enjoy. And uh, for me, and like this kind of thing that kind of like help us to gel as a group. We all want to see stories that we would find familiar, um, stories that kind of like reflect us in a way. So yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. One last question though. What does CHAR stands for?
that's a really good question. CHAR stands for I actually have it written down. Uh, cyber heuristic. Um, uh, give me 1 second,
It's
and
very
I'll tell you.
convoluted.
Right, here we go. CHAR stands for cyber heuristic adaptive responder. That was close. I was thinking adaptive, but yeah, that's what CHAR stands for. Um, and basically all of that is like a mouthful, but she was intended to be a AI that can learn and grow, kind of like an actual person. Um, that was the in story idea behind who Char is. So like a lot of tech, I think Char was developed with the best of intention. Um, so there's kind of like a corruption theme in there. To an extent, yeah.
Makes sense. So she was really built for good intentions to save people, but then she was corrupted somewhat, or was given wrong instructions and then blamed for it, or something like that.
Bad
The
influences.
computers are only do what you're told tell them to do, in their programming. I am assuming. Is that assumption?
Yeah, yeah. So we've got like a bunch of different characters in the story.
So wait, so that means that
And
she innocent.
Well, not really, is it? I mean, if you are with a bunch of hooligans that get pulled over by the police and you're in the car, you get
She is the accessory to the crime, but
you
not
get
the
you get
actual
you
mastermind of
get
the crime. So the actual
you
mastermind of
get
the crime was
pulled
put in
into it.
prison too, put in a body that is not against her will or against his will. He was punished too.
They
the
want to let
if,
out. I think you should read and find out.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Read and find out
Re-
why
I'm so
Char is
curious
in prison.
now.
Why
Mhm.
Char is in prison, and that's the only person. Why Char and her creator are the ones that are um, on house arrest slash.
Oh, her creator is on house arrest.
Is he? I think he's technically on house arrest.
Technically.
Technically, yeah. I think like what is funny to us is when we started it, Chat GPT was on the radar. And then like during the development process, this thing Chat GPT sprung up, and then you kind of heard like the different perspectives. Like there are people who actually developed ChatGPT, and they're like, oh, this is gonna end humanity, and it's horrible. Like one guy, he quit his job at Google in protest, and I'm like, really? You built this thing? You know you built this thing, and I know you're running around freaking out. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so that is like it's it's funny the kind of real world parallels um that are happening right now.
It's true. It's true. AI is the new enemy, I suppose. Um, Even Hollywood is striking. People are losing their shits,
Yep.
and maybe
think
they should
so.
be. Because if
Yeah,
you're
I think so.
copying the people's stuff, you shouldn't be using that kind of stuff. So we need structure. It's just like any tool, you gotta put things in place and make sure that the tool is used correctly and doesn't impact person's life as much as possible negatively. We as the creators or whoever did this stuff should put things in place and make sure they use properly. There's nothing wrong with that. But then some people don't want to do that because of money. You see, money. So it happens, but we gotta fight back. Or
Yep.
unless they just roll over you, you will be a victim if you don't fight back. That's all it is.
I think
Yep.
the other thing too is that legislation is always behind on things. So and it takes long for it to catch up. So like you innovation always moves faster than legislation. So people
It's,
think things and create things for one purpose, but then other people see the the different things you can do with it. And then you have to know backpedal and say, well, maybe we shouldn't make this thing available to the public or everyone because we don't know everyone's intentions. And then it takes really long for it to work its way through the judicial system or the legislative system. And that's, I feel, where the problems come in. Because until that happens, it's ripe for exploitation.
it's
That is
true.
my
Yeah, and
2 cents.
you always have people that will want to use things to get advantages over somebody else, and look for shortcuts and that kind of thing. And in a lot of cases, the technology itself isn't bad, just how it's used, or just the people using it, really.
You broke up a second there, Mark. I didn't quite get what you said.
Oh, well, are you hearing me now?
It's a little
That
bit.
doesn't. All right. Give me a sec.
Hello? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
All right. So,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cameron, what other projects have you done in this series? Have you done any of the others?
I haven't done anything. I haven't done any other projects. This is like technically my first project. Um, in terms of being a creative,
Look, it's just me, man. Internet giving trouble. I wonder what's going on. Hi, Nixon. How are you?
Did we
Let
lose
me
Cam?
start. I'm starting again. How long will the chart? How long will it take for me to get chart in my hands? That's from Nixon. So, Mark, you are the perfect person to answer this question.
Ah, hey, yeah. So my audio sounds funny. All right. Um. All right. Let me try another way.
I'm back. Not that light.
Audio
I need
is
that
is
light.
going nuts.
Oh, yes. Can you hear me
All
better?
right. I'm hearing you fine, but my audio seems weird.
Yeah.
So, uh, so in short, the Kickstarter, if you guys are hearing me, is going to be starting really soon.
Mm-hmm.
The this is weird. Yeah, so the Kickstarter is going to be starting really soon, and you guys can actually head over to Kickstarter now, and either search for Alluhwi Comics or use this link, which I'm going to add to the stream. You can also find this link on our in the bio for our IG. So here we go.
And you're gonna put it in the chat box, or you're gonna put it in the.
Yeah, so it's in the chat. So this should show up in the comments after this stream closes. Hey, Cam is back. Welcome. So yeah, I don't know what happened just now. But yeah, so
Sorry about
the first time that the first people to get C.H.A.R Against Humanity will be those who support this campaign. This campaign is part of the Alluhwi Comics publishing launch, where we're bringing 6 original Caribbean comic books to comic book fans worldwide. And this Kickstarter, we're looking to raise $1,000 to print these books, to make these books available in print. So, if you're looking forward to C.H.A.R or Harrison's Grave or Life and Death in Paradise, the Omnibus, or Patong, the first collection, or the Sim Squad trade paperback, or Tangled Web Episode 1, this Kickstarter is the first place you guys are going to get it before it's available in stores. And yeah, so hit the link on the screen or visit Kickstarter, search Alluhwi Comics, Alluhwi Comics, Comics, and you can sign up to be notified on the pre-launch page to hear when we will go live, the exact moment we go live. What else? We've got actually a couple of early bird tiers for backers who are the first to be there when the campaign goes live. So on the one hand, you can either get all 6 books in digital format, high quality, high resolution PDFs, um, all 6 of those together as PDFs, or you can get like $10 off the standard price for all 6 books in print. And I'm talking about like perfect bound, high quality um, print copies of this book. So yeah.
And what date is the actual date for the Kickstarter?
Sooner than you think. Sooner than you think. Later this month, actually. Yeah, July. We're not that far out. We'll reveal the date um a little later, but yeah, it's going to be pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Okay, that is cool. That's cool. So sometime in July.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Right. Oh, reminder, people. Hopefully we've got some people watching live. We are going to be doing our second giveaway. For all the comics. Uh, so yeah, we're to celebrate everything we're doing. We're going to be giving some stuff away. So yeah, um, let's see. We've got some people watching this live. So can you guys who are watching live like kind of um say hi in the comments? Yeah, hi and where you're from in the comment, and let's see if we can give somebody some stuff away. So far, our first official winner, Miranda, she won on Thursday. Um, uh, single day ticket to AnimeCon this year. That's pretty cool. AnimeCon is one of the supporters to this project, and the project specifically is the upgrading of the Alluhwi Comics mobile platform. Also, special thanks to the Cultural Industry Development Fund from the folks at the NCF. They're a big part of that as well. So we have one person literally saying hi in the comment. Welcome, welcome, Nixon. Glad to have you here. Like,
Hey, Nathan.
so we had our first winner kind of like by default. There were other people in the chat. Like Keturah was one on Thursday, but Keturah kind of falls under that um member of the team thing. So we don't want people saying, "Oh, we just give away stuff to let me know." So unfortunately, Keturah wasn't able to win anything, but we
Oh
we we're
dear.
we're gonna start her out. So yeah, we need some people in the chat. We need some people watching this live to give some stuff to. Um, because like Nixon has been carrying pretty much the entire chat by himself. We got C.H.A.R the unsub, aka C.H.A.R IRL, one of our team members. Unfortunately, we can't like give her stuff either. Sadly, who else do we have in this chat right now? Ugh, we need more people. Anyhow, so like Cam, should we actually like do this giveaway now or
I think we
call us a
could
watch?
probably. I think we should probably. That's
Could
good.
you repeat that again?
Sorry, I think we
Yeah,
should wait.
we should wait. How long? Because
I
we
think
can't
so.
be here like all night.
That is
Can't
true.
be here all night. We got things to do.
Alright, well, I think, let me see. Let me give it probably 10 more minutes.
10 more
That's
minutes. Woo!
10 more
What are
minutes?
we going to talk about for 10 minutes?
Hmm.
10 minutes.
What?
Yeah,
10
10
minutes?
minutes
You
is
want to
all
give it
time.
5 more minutes then?
We give it 2 minutes. We give it 2 minutes. Char is Char is saying, give me the free stuff. Give me the free stuff. You
No.
can't though. You're a party team. You can't like give me the free stuff. Why is my audio freaking out? I don't know. Ah!
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, Murphy's Law. I guess nobody wants free stuff, right? I guess that's it. Maybe the world's changed and people are against free stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So Jay is gonna be pretty psyched to see this. Jay Smith, Jay Sasku draws on IG. He is the creator of Harrison's Grave. Unlike me, he can actually draw. So I guess we should wrap this up. Like nobody wants to win free stuff. Nobody wants to win a ticket to AnimeCon or like a cool hoodie or nothing. So sad.
Nixon is saying here, I'm here too, guys. All the book sounds great, but Harrison's Grave is the one I'm looking forward to. So I think Harrison's Grave is our next creator feature.
Yeah, that's next week, next Saturday. So yeah.
Next week.
So Nixon, definitely be here next Saturday for sure. We're gonna be um we are gonna be talking to Jay live right here on Creative Stories Live. So tune in for that.
On YouTube or Instagram. Oh my god! No,
Hmm. He's
today.
disconnected. Yeah.
Not YouTube.
No, I'm still here. You mean my voice is gone? Is my voice sounding garbled?
Echo.
That's weird.
It
Because I
is.
sound.
A little weird, but it is. You're the computers. Computers get trouble.
It's probably the AI not wanting us to give out his plans. You didn't
I
hear
can
any
tell
of
you.
that, did you?
Y'all said next
I
time.
said, yeah, that's probably it.
Yes, it's
So
probably
we're gonna wait
the
until,
internet.
yeah. There we go. There it
I
is.
my audio is crap today. I don't know when.
That's cool. These things happen.
These
Yeah,
things happen.
technology is.
This
I guess that's it for this
the
episode.
only thing I would say is clear because I can
You're
make that sound
clear,
not
Cam's clear, and I'm crackly. It sounds like that way to me.
Okay. You might have a short ear cable.
Probably.
it happens.
All right. So this has been fun, kind of fun. But yeah, that's it for today's show, I guess.
It was nice.
Share its attitude for a swag bag. You need to speak to your boss, Share.
Who is C.H.A.R.'s boss?
Good question. And nominate Cam.
But she was never getting it then. Never. Never. Like,
Cam, Cam is the sexy one on the team, so I nominate him.
she would never get it.
Not a medium or
That's
something.
that's sad. That's
I
sad.
didn't hear you, Keturah. I didn't hear you, Keturah.
I think y'all sound so funny, like y'all been sucking on some helium or something.
Actually, yeah, it does sound like that.
All right, so we'll wrap this up. Maybe we'll have better luck on Instagram. Maybe. Ugh.
Probably.
We'll try
Thursday,
Instagram. Try to give away on Instagram.
Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Our next
When
giveaway
middle
is
name?
Thursday. At 8
Yes, our
o'clock.
next official giveaway is Thursday, 8 p.m. and we'll do it here on YouTube. Supposedly, that's the 20th. 5 days from now. Yeah. So yeah, next giveaway Thursday, 8 p.m. AST, right here on YouTube. Um, hope everything works. Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Okay. I'll, I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, folks.
guys.